in a small digital agency that through mergers, acquisitions, organic growth has grown hugely over the last decade. We are now in pretty much every time zone. I work out here about the London office. We have Manchester and Dublin as well over here. I was part of an agency called Byte that was specialising in social, that got bought by DEPT about 4 years ago. But yes, as you can see, we've grown exponentially. In one slide, because there's a lot, 4,000 people globally. We have 85 nationalities across the business, that's probably more now. 20 countries across 5 continents. We can speak 50 languages. I can only speak one, it makes me feel awful. And we're a B Corp certified and the first agency to be recertified. So many agencies get certified, but they don't get recertified, which is a big deal. The type of work we do ranges, as you saw through that reel, from brand and media, creative advertising, which is my speciality, customer experience, UX, UI, product design, that sort of stuff, e-commerce, tech and data, and AI transformation. And I think tech and data and AI is something that goes through everything we do, and I'll talk a bit about that in a moment. A lot of stuff in the slide. We do a lot of services across the globe. But one thing we like to think about is we don't try and answer briefs, we try and answer problems. So bring us a problem and there'll be a team within DEPT that can answer that. So we don't want you to come as a client to come to us and say, we want a TV ad. No, what's your problem you're trying to solve? Maybe it is a TV ad. Maybe it's a digital experience. Maybe it's a smart media buy. And we've tackled that, some big brands across the world, whether that's eBay, Google, Just Eat Takeaway, Foot Locker. That was a great example, Foot Locker, where they came to us with a media ask. One of the challenges they have was the returns. You imagine with sneakers, people buy them, return them. How can we use AI to really target customers that weren't going to return things and also show them products that are least likely to be returned? So we actually managed to reduce their returns rate through just really, really smart AI-powered media targeting. All the way through to building the digital ecosystem for Lufthansa and creating pretty much every communication from eBay, from the TV ad all the way down to what's on their website and their emails, etc. Some big brands on our books with some really long-standing relationships. Just Eat Takeaway, who have their head office in Amsterdam. We have worked with them for 10 years, so we've done so many things for them in a long-standing relationship, but many, many more have sort of grown, evolved across as time's gone past. And then finally, in terms of awards and recognition, we do very well at the Webbies and the Lovies. This is our 4th year running that we've been given Network of the Year. We're not even a network, so it's nice, you know, we've won them all, we're not even, we're one agency. Last year, which was big news for the media and the e-commerce teams, the Forrester report is a very respected US consultancy, recognised DEPT in the top 10 commerce and media service providers. That's up against the WPPs, the Dentsus of this world, who obviously have huge footprints globally. For us as an independent, privately owned business who are minnow in that sense, it was a big deal. 2025 agencies to watch. We always think we're a bit the underdogs, the sort of best kept secret. We're not hugely visible at times. And in the US, we became Digital Innovation Agency here last year, and this afternoon we may win the global one. We'll find out. So our strategy this year is very much about, it could be summarised in this one slide, fast forward future, really thinking about what's next. Where can we use technology, data to really drive our clients forward, because it's a tough market, it's a tough economy. We are getting pushed to do more things with less budgets, less time. There's more media channels to do work in. There's more opportunities, there's more agencies in the world than ever. So we want to show our value, we want to drive our clients forward and grow them. And I guess at the core of that is AI. Everyone's talking about it this week at South by Southwest. I'm sure you're bored of it. But I wanted to show a few ways we're actually using it in a creative way to drive our work forward, because it's all very well talking about theory and the threat and all this sort of stuff, but actually how are we using it to make work that we are doing for businesses right this moment. Now there's probably a few things in here I probably shouldn't show you, but just promise not to tell you. So yeah, five ways we're actually using AI to supercharge our creativity. The first one is helping us sell ideas. Now, as a creative, it's always been the difference between a great idea and an amazing idea is actually selling it. Because if you don't get it made, it just exists in a deck or in a meeting, and nothing happens. So anything that helps us sell ideas, the better. So back in the day, it would always be what we used to call a rister, someone who drew scout. I don't know if it's the same language. Draw out your storyboards, draw out your sort of ideas. It would be about finding references, which usually meant going to Google or looking through films and taking clips and things like that, which is quite time consuming, and it's always slightly overly borrowed reference. We talk about AI only learning from existing things, but that was almost worse because you were literally taking a clip from an existing ad and going, oh, it's a bit like that. So, creative team, this is something I just literally took out of some Slack last night. We need I've got an idea for an ice cream van. ChatGPT, show me an ice cream van. We now need it with all the branding on for this idea. Boom, boom, boom. I'm going to click past that one because you're not supposed to see that. But the point is, the team are now using ChatGPT, Midjourney, and Gemini to create references without the need for going to Google Images or briefing a poor designer to mock something up from scratch. The second thing is storyboarding, massive game-changing difference. As I said, someone would be employed to do this by hand, and it would take a week. Lovely thing. It was usually an old art director that's sort of semi-retired, and it's like I feel sorry for them now, because this was their job, but I'm not going to be a creative in advertising anymore, I'm going to draw other people's ideas. The quality of these, with a few prompts and a bit of references, amazing, and really helps sell in ideas. This was for a campaign we did with Just Eat and Netflix for the Squid Game 2 launch. These are storyboards for the TVC, which became really accurate and really powerful for their internally to sell into the rest of the business when we weren't there to explain it. This is a great example also where things go into testing. So how do we create the stimulus for audiences to see if they like the work we're proposing? This was a bit of an experiment where we took 3 scripts, turned them into an animatic, which I'll show you, using AI, voice, video and imagery, that we could then go and put into testing for a pitch. So we could go into the pitch and say, we've made the ads, when we put them into user testing, and this one people like. So easier to buy clients. And will this play? Yes.
We need to talk.
It's gone on for too long, Dad.
At first it seemed perfect, but it was too good to be true.
It's time to move on.
But I'm comfortable, I'm happy.
You've lost your killer instinct.
You're blind to it.
Saying one thing.
Sending another.
How many times have you sent money abroad without knowing the fees?
Only a couple, I think.
How many?
All of them. Love is blind. Your transfers shouldn't be.
Maybe the sign was too much.
Wise. Send money abroad without hidden fees.
But in terms of a process, being able to accelerate an idea from a script,